So we're almost a month into having the Switch 2, and Nintendo's got a really solid lineup of games for the rest of the year, but there's one thing that's been bugging me, and it's what their next big holiday game is. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Nelson, and yeah, I've just been thinking, like, what is Nintendo planning for their big holiday release? Because we've got a lot of cool games coming out this year on the Switch 2, like Mario Kart World released with the Switch 2 on launch day, and we have next month Donkey Kong Bonanza, which if you weren't sold on it before, you definitely are sold on it now if you watch that direct. It looks freaking amazing. But on top of that, we've got the Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 edition. We've got Kirby and the Forgotten Land with its own Switch 2 edition. We've got Pokemon Legends ZA. We've got Metroid Prime 4, which it's still for this year, but no release date. And even Age of Imprisonment, which in my personal opinion, I don't really count as a fully first-party game since it's made by another studio, but I know Nintendo's working closely with that Koei Tecmo team. So you think about it, right? And we've got some pretty big games coming out, right? There's this gap because even Age of Imprisonment is only slated for winter of 2025. We don't even have a release date for that. So it could get delayed. We just don't know when it's coming out. It's just supposedly by the end of this year. So if we take that game aside, right? All of the Nintendo games stop at October. Pokemon Legends ZA is the last official game from Nintendo that has a release date given. Metroid Prime and Age of Imprisonment don't have official release dates. So what the heck is in that gap from the end of October to the end of the year, right? We've got 3 months almost of just emptiness, right? Until we know when Metroid and Age of Imprisonment releases. And I don't think it's Splatoon Raiders, right? I mean, the reveal is cool and I love Splatoon, but I just don't think that is a big heavy hitter for Nintendo. And it's also like, in my opinion, it always feels like a spring summer game. Like it's like a school's out, like have fun, paint the town pink, blue, orange, whatever. And that's kind of where Splatoon sits for me. But then I don't think it's like a surprise Fire Emblem. I don't think it's a surprise Star Fox coming and being resurrected. I don't think it's Metroid. Like if Nintendo is planning Metroid to be their big holiday game, I just don't think that's it, because I just don't think the sales are there. I want to be completely wrong because I want Metroid to succeed enough where Nintendo's really like, yeah, we need to keep making more Metroid games. But I don't think that those are their big hitters. The big hitters to me are Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda. And hear me out. We've got a Mario Kart World. We've got Age of Imprisonment, which is a Zelda game, not a main Nintendo Zelda game, but a Zelda game in general. And then we have a new Pokemon game in Legends ZA. So you've got two of the big three, essentially. Mario Kart is in its own category, in my opinion. And the only other thing I can think of is we have Mario's 40th anniversary coming up. And this is the perfect opportunity for Nintendo to drop a new Mario game. But my thing is I don't think it's a 3D Mario game. Not in the way that we might hope for it to be. Hear me out. I think if Nintendo decides to make or drop a 3D Mario game for this year, I don't think it's going to be in an Odyssey style. I don't think it's going to be like an evolution of Odyssey. I truly think that if they decide to go the 3D route, we're getting something more akin to like Bowser's Fury, where you have this sort of 3D world gameplay translated over into a fully 3D space instead of like that isometric top-down kind of view that we get with Mario 3D World. We're going to get something more like Bowser's Fury. And I think even at the time, a lot of people said that this was like a cool direction for Mario to go if it did go this way for a 3D space type of game. Now, I just don't think that's what it's going to be. I think if it was the option, yeah, that's fine. Because I think Nintendo wants to avoid having two big 3D platformers released within 6 months of the Switch 2's launch. I don't think they're going to want to have two 3D platformers that they've made compete with each other. Like if you have a parent or a grandparent, because I'm thinking more of like the grandparent or the parent is buying for the younger kid who's playing the Switch 2. Because still, like at the end of the day, the Switch is going to still be the more family-oriented console than the PlayStation or the Xbox. And so if mom or dad or grandma or whoever walks into the store and they have to pick between Donkey Kong and Mario, and they're both 3D platformers, Mario's getting picked. Mario's getting picked. 9 times out of 10, Mario is going to be the game that gets picked up for the kid, right? So I don't think Donkey Kong is going to be able to compete in that sense. I think with the way the Direct was, like, oh, this game is going to sell. Like, Donkey Kong is going to sell. I just think it's gonna lift Donkey Kong to new heights. I think we're going to get a new 2D style Mario game, but not in the way that you think. Because you're, oh, what do you mean? We just got Wonder. Like, that was not even like a year ago yet or whatever. Okay, yeah, I hear you. But I think it's going to be Super Mario Maker 3. Hear me out. I think it's going to be a Mario Maker 3. Why? Back to my Donkey Kong Bonanza Mario example. You've got a Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? And if they can pick it up, look at the back of the case, and then you have Super Mario Maker 3. They can pick it up, look at the back of the case. They're going to see these are two different types of games. This is not going to be like, oh, this is just 3D with Donkey Kong, and then, oh, this is 3D Mario. And then they're going to look at it and be like, oh, and now it becomes a decision of not either or, it becomes both and. So now you've got people probably going, oh, maybe I should just get both, because they're different enough that there won't be any kind of decision with like, oh, I think Mario's going to be better because it's Mario, right? It's going to be like, oh, this Donkey Kong game is doing something cool, and then this one is like 2D Mario. I know what that is. I'll just get both, right? And here's the catch. You've got the 3. You've got it in the name. You've got the 3. Add 3D levels. Add 3D level creation on top of the 2D stuff. Take everything that was in Super Mario Maker 2, transfer it over into 3, and then add. I don't think they're going to do full 3D level creation. Like, we're not going to get like Mario Odyssey assets and stuff like that. But I think we're going to get assets to where you can create 3D world style levels, and maybe, just maybe, even Galaxy style levels, only on the Nintendo Switch 2. So you've got another game people are like, oh shoot, this is just on the Switch 2. This is my nice new console. I want more games for it. You got people walking out the door, going to get their Super Mario Maker 3. And then boom, you've got mouse controls. Imagine making Mario levels with mouse controls. It just makes so much sense, right? It's not like rocket science. It just makes sense. Like, yeah, why not be able to make your Mario levels with the mouse controls? Because I know one thing with Mario Maker 2 was like a lot of people were disappointed because they missed how levels could be made on the 3DS Mario Maker and Mario Maker on the Wii U. Like, it felt natural and intuitive to use the screen, the stylus, the Wii U gamepad, all of that. On here, you have to, like, the best way to make your levels on Mario Maker 2 was with the Switch's tablet in handheld mode. But like, to use the controller or like motion controls to make your levels, it wasn't as intuitive. Here, you've got touchscreen, controller, motion controls, and mouse controls. You have 4 different options for people to make levels in the way that they find it the best to make levels in. And I just think it's a no-brainer. I think it's a no-brainer. We already got 3D world assets for Mario Maker 2, but they were still 2D levels. Just open it up to where now you're making fully 3D world style levels and give us Galaxy style level design, where I don't even think that's as intensive because you're just putting 2D assets on 3D spheres and then chaining them to make one big level. I just think that's dope. I really think that's a freaking great idea. I wasn't a big Mario Maker fan because I just more so played the levels. I didn't really make levels, but I would probably make some levels, and I would definitely want to pick that up because I have the option of both 2D level enjoyment and 3D level enjoyment. Guys, I don't know if I'm wrong. I don't know if I'm crazy to think that. But it just makes sense. You've got 40th anniversary. It's a big 4-0. It's not like 41, right? It's the 40th anniversary for Mario. Make a new Mario game. Supplement it with a Mario Bros. Wonder Switch 2 update or version, right? And either the update's free, and maybe it gives us like up to 120 frames per second or whatever, or it's a paid Switch 2 edition like Kirby or Mario Party, and you give us like a bunch of new levels to run through on top of the base game's levels, right? You do that, you drop, maybe that's when you drop Mario Sunshine on the GameCube NSO app, along with any other Mario games. Just start making it a big celebration. Drop the Mario Strikers, drop Mario Sunshine, drop any Mario title game, a Mario Party style game on the GameCube. Drop it in the NSO app. Drop the Switch 2 edition of Mario Bros. Wonder and drop Mario Maker 3. I kid you not, it's gonna go crazy because you're gonna fill the 3D void with like a Mario Sunshine on the GameCube, even though we had the All-Stars edition, but like who knows, they can double down on just having the GameCube variant and then the upscaled emulated version on the All-Stars. And you've got 3D people satisfied. You've got the sports Mario game people satisfied. You've got people who want to revisit old Mario Party games satisfied. You've got people who had Wonder, loved Wonder, and want more of it, or people who didn't pick it up being able to pick it up and upgrade. And then you've got the people who freaking died on the hill of Mario Maker and just love making levels, love playing user created stuff. And now you've given them that, but you've given them 3D aspects to level building, and it's just gonna go insane. It's gonna go insane. And then you have a freaking packed year. Probably one of the biggest packed years for a Nintendo launch. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza. You've got a racer, a 3D platformer, right? Then you've got a Mario Party game that they're just rebranding again with the Switch 2 edition. Then you've got a Kirby game, right? Oh, I didn't even talk about Kirby Air Riders. Like, that's somewhere in there, but like, I just don't feel like the weight of that is gonna match Mario Kart. You've got Pokemon, so another Pokemon game. You've got a Legend of Zelda style game, or a based game. You've got a Metroid game. You've got maybe a Splatoon game if they're crazy enough to drop it this year or wait until early next year. And then you've got a Mario game. Dude, it's stacked. It's stacked. People are going to be freaking going, man, what the frick am I buying? Or am I buying it all and just saying, well, I'll make sure I'll try to survive on $5 because I just want all these games. You've got a massive lineup. You got a sick lineup. I don't know. I just wanted to rant and talk about it because I've just been thinking about it, because I just find it so odd that there's not a Mario style game out yet or announced yet for this year. And I just think it's Mario Maker 3. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, what are your theories? Do you think it is a Mario game? Do you think it's something else that maybe Nintendo's hiding or has up their sleeve? Like, what are your opinions on their big holiday release? Do you think it's just what they've announced so far and like that's what we're getting for the next 6 months? Just let me know. I want to talk with you guys about it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave it a like. It helps a ton and it gets this video out to more people. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, you guys be safe, take care, and I'll see you later. Peace.